This year I'm sowing 18 different varieties of cosmos, and I'm really curious to see which ones are actually worth growing. Hi everybody and welcome back to Cottoverdi. My name's Annette and we garden here in South Buckinghamshire in the UK. Now, rather than growing just one or two varieties of cosmos, I thought it'd be really fun to grow a much wider range of cosmos and see how they compare as the season progresses. Some of these I've grown before and I really love them, and I'll put videos up on the screen to show you what they look like. Others are completely new to me, and that's going to be really fun to see how those grow and what they look like in the garden and how they work as cut flowers. And one of them is really unusual for a cosmos. It's a hardy perennial. In this video today, I'm going to show you how I'm sowing the cosmos and how I'm going to look after them until I'm ready to plant them out in the garden. And then we'll come back later on in the season and we'll be able to compare them side by side and take a look at which ones we really feel are worth growing. Cosmos are one of the easiest seeds to sow. They're nice and big. They're not fussy about which way up they're planted. You can just put them in your potting compost and then they'll germinate really readily and reliably for you. They don't mind being transplanted out into potting them on into further pots, and they really don't mind being transplanted into the borders afterwards. You can sow them directly if you want to, but if you're new to sowing seeds, cosmos is a great place to start. Once we pop them in the borders, they're really unfussy there too. They don't mind which kind of soil you plant them in. They prefer being on the drier side, so they don't need constant watering, and they come in lots of different heights. So with a little bit of staking for the very tall ones and some regular deadheading, they're actually going to perform throughout the season really reliably. They're great as cut flowers. They're perfect in containers as well. They just really are a really good all-rounder. They're going to look great in like a cottage garden style garden, very much like ours here, but they'll also look good in a more structured garden, perhaps, you know, alongside some topiary or a box hedge, because they're just beautiful sort of airy, free-flowing plants. They really are a perfect companion to so many different things. So let's start with all the ones that I've grown before. I'll pop a video up on the screen so you can see what they look like. The first one I'm sowing is called Apricota. Apricota. This is going to grow to 1 metre tall, and it's a really pretty variety with these slightly ruffled blooms. The petals are in these shades of burnished apricot and peach, and they have this soft raspberry pink centre. Not all the flowers are going to be uniform in colour, so you're going to have some that are more apricot and some that are more pink, and it really is the prettiest plant. Then I'm sowing Cupcakes Blush, which is absolutely one of my favourites. I just love the cupcake shaped blooms. They're so attractive. So the flowers on these change over time from white through to a blush pink. Then I'm sowing Cupcakes White, which again has got the same gorgeous cupcake shaped flowers, but it comes in a very pure white colour. Then I'm sowing Double Click Rose Bonbon, which is a very long name, I think, for a variety, but they are absolutely gorgeous. Supposedly this is the best of the double pink cosmos. I would tend to agree, because it's got these wonderfully frothy, fully double, ruffled blooms in a sweetie pink colour, and they grow on strong stems, so they're great for cutting. When you're cutting double cosmos, it's best to cut them in what's called the cracked bud stage, so when you can just see a bit of colour peeking through on the bud, or at the most, or at the latest, cut them when they're halfway open, because they will last so much longer in the vase if you want to cut your flowers and bring them inside. Then I'm sowing Double Click Cranberries, which has got the same beautiful frothy frilly structure as Rose Bonbon, but it comes in a lovely deep dark cranberry colour. Next I'm sowing Double Dutch White. These are beautiful large double and semi-double crystal white flowers on a nice bushy plant. They do grow to about 4 foot tall, so 1.2 metres. Last year I had them planted near my obelisk, so I could use the obelisk to stake them. bottom. Then I'm sowing Fandango, which has got lovely semi-double flowers of the deepest, most vibrant dark pink, and it's got these wispy central petals. I think it's a bit prettier than Dazzler, which is also very bright, but it is a little bit shorter than Dazzler. I'm also sowing Fizzy Rose Piketty, which is a gorgeous semi-double white flower, which is stained and edged with a gorgeous raspberry red colour. I have found with these that they're not always semi-double, some of them come as singles. Then I'm sowing Rubenza, which is an intriguing cosmos because it changes colour. So Rubenza starts off as a dark burgundy red and then it fades to this gorgeous antique rose colour. So again, you've got this combination of colours on the plant, which really looks fantastic in the border. I use multi-purpose peat-free compost to sow my seeds. I don't use seed-started compost. I don't find it's necessary, but you do what you feel is best. And then I use these 8-cell trays. So they've got 8 little containers to sow them in, and I find these really good. They last a really long time, and it means that I can just sow 8 of each variety, and then when each one germinates, I can take that tray out and take it off the heat mat without worrying about what the rest are doing. So I find when I'm sowing lots of different varieties, these are super handy. So this is what Cosmos seeds look like. They're lovely and big, and you can just lay them flat on the surface of your compost, or if you want to, you can sort of poke them in and just stand them on end and push them into the compost. So you can just sort of poke it in like that and push it down. It's really up to you. They can be sown anyway. They will find their right way up. So these seeds are from 2023. So I am sort of over sowing because germination rate tends to decrease as seeds get older. And I do want to make sure, because I'm doing this experiment, I need to make sure that, you know, we've got enough plants that I can actually do the comparison video later on in the season. So I'm definitely putting a few more on here than I normally would. Now we're moving on to the ones that I've not grown before, or I don't have any videos of them, so I'll put pictures up on the screen. The first one is Apricot Lemonade, which came with my Gardener's World magazine this month, perfectly timed. It arrived about 2 days ago. This one's really short. It's only going to grow to 2 foot tall, 60 centimetres, but it is a beautiful and really unusually coloured single cosmos. It's got this sort of soft yellowy apricot petals with a mauvey pink ring at the centre. I'm also sowing Candy Stripe, which I'm super excited about. This one is another 4-footer or 1.2 metres. In some gardens it can reach 1.5 metres in a good summer. These have got really large flowers where each petal is edged with a deep carmine pink. And that carmine pink, the intensity of it can vary from one flower to the other, or even from petal to petal. I'm also sowing Capriola, which is an earlier flowering variety apparently. This is another 4-footer or 1.2 metres tall. This is an early flowering cosmos that's got an extraordinary colour pattern. It's white with a light rosy red Piketty and a dark purple red centre, and some of the flowers have got this second row of smaller petals, a little bit like a collarette dahlia. I'm also sowing Coletta Pink White. Very unusual name. This is a really pretty fluffy variety with double or semi-double flowers, and each one's got this sort of pinky white Piketty pattern. Some are more white, some are more pink. I'm also sowing Daydream, which is another one that often flowers before other varieties. It grows to 90 centimetres tall. It's a gorgeous dreamy cosmos that has delicate blooms that are slightly smaller than other varieties, and the white petals melt into a soft blush pink centre. I'm sowing Rosetta, which looks like a really romantic variety of cosmos. This one grows to 90 centimetres tall, and it's got these delicately striped flowers in shades of blush pink and rose, and then it's got one of those really cute, endearing inner rings of fluffy petals. Then I'm sowing 2 varieties of Versailles. The first one is called Versailles Flush. These are the classic open single flowered cosmos, and they've been specifically bred for cutting. The flowers are white, changing to a delicate rose flush as they age, and it's just got huge flowers with really strong stems. And then I'm sowing Versailles Red, which is exactly the same structure, lovely strong stems and the same flower size as Versailles Flush, but it's going to come in a lovely dark burgundy red colour. The last one I'm sowing today is the Hardy hardy perennial cosmos, and I don't know how I'm going to say this name, but I'll put it up on the screen. It is Cosmos posidaniifolius. So unlike other cosmos, this one's unusual because it's a hardy perennial and it's going to form tubers. So you can leave it in the ground and it will come back year after year. I do believe this is from Bolivia, so it is hardy. It's hardy down to -10 degrees according to the RHS. It's got the same kind of foliage as other cosmos, but the stems are described as being lax. So it is quite short, it's like 45 centimetres tall. So it's not going to like sprawl too much, but I think it's going to be sort of airy and drapey. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, but I think this would be a really great one for the front of the border. It's going to be great for containers, for those of us who just want to plant cosmos in containers, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one does. So now I've sown all the seeds, I'm going to bottom water these in. You could trickle some water on top if you don't want to bottom water, but I always bottom water mine. So bottom watering just means putting your tray into a tray of water and letting capillary action make sure that all the compost is damp. If you want to dampen your compost before you sow the seeds, that's absolutely fine. It's just that I don't do that, but that's a perfectly good way to sow your seeds. So definitely make sure that they're watered in really well, and then keep them somewhere really warm and they will germinate super quickly. I would say they're going to germinate within 7 days. Some of them could start germinating in like 2 days time. They do germinate really fast, and I'm going to put mine in my seed starting room, which is indoors. I'm going to put them on heat mats because I happen to have them, so that's really useful if you've got a heat mat, or put them on a nice warm sunny windowsill and they'll germinate really fast for you in this weather. But definitely keep them protected from the really cold nights that we're having at the moment. I wouldn't put them outside unless you've got a nice warm space in your greenhouse. And then just keep your plants lightly watered. They don't want to be sitting in soggy soil, so once your seedlings emerge, keep them lightly watered and then pot them on quite quickly because they will grow really tall. And I'm going to show you what I do to pot them on once mine are ready in a few weeks' time to be potted on. I will film another video about how I pot them on, because you can actually bury the stems, and then we need to pinch the cosmos. I only pinched my cosmos once, but you definitely need to pinch them because otherwise you'll just have this one straight stem. You want the most blooms possible, so we do pinch our cosmos. And I'm going to be doing a comparison vlog when they're all in flower, and so I'll put that up. So subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button if you want to make sure you don't miss that comparison video in the summer. Anyway, I really hope you've had fun with me today sowing all the cosmos. It's not too late to sow cosmos. It's the beginning of April and it's a perfect time, in fact, to sow them. If you want to sow yours straight into your borders, you can do that too, but I would wait a little bit longer until your last frost has passed. It obviously depends where you live in the world. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.